Welcome to WINDBREAKER at Furin High, where students tackle both academics and street crime fighting, with high school drama intertwined with martial arts action. Prepare for an epic recap show. Sakura, a teen with an unconventional look and a tough reputation, has a disturbing dream where he is ridiculed for his appearance and nonconformity, shaking both his confidence and balance. Upon waking up grumpy, he goes for a walk when he encounters a gang harassing a girl with cringeworthy pickup lines. The girl, visibly annoyed, wishes she could retaliate with eggs, but considers it a waste of good food. The gang leader expresses a preference for strong-willed girls and grabs her. Irritated by their audacity, Sakura intervenes, quickly taking down the leader and scolding the gang for being lame. He asserts his identity as Sakura Hakura of Furin High, ensuring they know exactly who to avoid. As he leaves, the girl thanks him, despite his claims of not being a hero. Just annoyed, she insists on feeding him. They discuss the town's rough reputation and her own outsider status. He can't understand why she's being so chummy since most people would be afraid of him. Sakura is surprised by the quality of the food. "Can you get takeoff from this place?"
You mean takeout? No, you can't.
She comments on Sakura's unusual eye and hair colors, questioning if they're natural. Sakura misinterprets her curiosity as criticism and defensively boasts about Furin High's reputation for its brawling students and his ambitions to be the top dog. The girl, Kotoha, realizes Sakura's excitement has him in his school uniform a day early, causing him to blush and admit it's the only clothes he has since he just moved. Their conversation is interrupted when Sakura returns a forgotten bag to an elderly customer, who thanks him with candies. Sakura feels out of place being thanked, given his eccentric look. Kotoha acknowledges Sakura's choice to attend Furin, but doubts his ability to rise to the top alone, emphasizing the challenge of achieving his ambitions without allies. While walking home, Sakura stumbles upon the gang from earlier, leading to a brawl. Recognized and ridiculed by the gang leader, he fights back valiantly, saving our girl when she's briefly taken hostage. The fight intensifies and Sakura is injured by a knife, but just as he faces the worst, Hiragi and his friends overpower the gang. Kotoha reminds Sakura of the town's transformation, since the students of Furin, now called Windbreakers, took up the mantle of protectors, pledging to purge anyone who harms their community. As Kotoha treats his wound, she challenges his belief in solitude, suggesting his deeds prove he isn't as alone as he claims. Despite his initial denial, Sakura, encouraged to embrace the support, rejoins the battle, defeats the gang leader, and embraces his role as the town's defender, beginning his journey from a solitary fighter to a celebrated hero. Later, a grumpy Sakura arrives at Kotoha's restaurant after carrying Granny Sato on his back, only to be outsmarted by her nimble dismount, despite her complaints about sore hips. Caught off guard by the unexpected agility, Sakura storms off, but not before Kotoha hands him an egg sandwich for his entrance ceremony, reminding him it's still quite early in the day.
You're all pumped up.
As if I was just out on a walk. Kotoha mentions the intriguing students at Furin just as Nere, donning his new uniform with tag still attached, clumsily enters and immediately falls face first. Upon learning they'll be classmates, Nere comments on Sakura's unusual appearance, sparking laughter from Kotoha. Nere shares that Furin High isn't just any school. It's a place where heroes of justice, known as Furin, stand up for the town. Curious, Nere questions Sakura's motives for coming to Furin to take the top spot. Nere warns Sakura about the pressure of unattainable goals, potentially leading to stress and boldness. But Sakura challenges him to a fight. Nere, realizing he is late for town patrol, exits but not without hitting his head on the doorframe, prompting Sakura to doubt his hero credentials. Kotoha chides Sakura's quick judgments, likening his perspective to someone who only sees the final color of coffee beans, missing their original red fruit form. She advises Sakura to broaden his views and really get to know people before forming opinions. As Sakura reflects on this, he concludes that Nere must be a good fighter, recognized by the baker and his wife for standing up to the gang. Sakura is offered free bread, which Sakura awkwardly declines, only to be handed it in a bag for his lunch. As he navigates the town, he's unexpectedly praised by locals, confusing him. Suddenly, a girl urgently grabs Sakura, drawing a startled scream from him. She leads him in an alley where Nere is being beaten for trying to protect her from harassment. Despite reciting the Bofurin slogan, Nire is mocked and beaten by the assailants. Just as the leader is about to land a severe punch, Sakura intervenes with a flying kick. Surprised yet relieved, Nire watches as Sakura swiftly handles the attackers, clarifying he intervened because they annoyed him, not specifically to save Nire. After the scuffle, Nire expresses disappointment in himself, revealing his past of being bullied and his inspiration to emulate a foreign hero who once saved him. This revelation shifts Sakura's perspective, realizing that despite his earlier assumption, Nire had the courage to stand up for what's right. After a skirmish, Sakura advises Nire that he might be a weak fighter, but he isn't lame. As they're discussing, the girl Nire protected thanks him, making Sakura uncomfortably eager to leave. Nire, now a fan, bombards Sakura with questions for his fan book and declares himself Sakura's guide around town. The two head to school and discover they are classmates. Nire is initially thrilled, but grows anxious upon seeing a particular name on the roster. Given Sakura's outsider status and combative nature, he advises Sakura to be friendly in class to avoid trouble with local students. Sakura, unfazed, prepares for confrontation. In class, tension rises as the students stare down Sakura. A student named Suo recognizes Sakura from the previous day's brawl. The class attitude shifts from suspicion to intrigue, now seeing him as a town protector. Despite the lighter mood, Sakura boldly stares his ambition to be the top, which causes a stir until Nire diffuses the situation. However, a table hurled at them escalates tensions anew, revealing Sakura's next potential rival, the notorious Shugeshita. Nire desperately pleads with Sakura not to engage in a fight. As tensions escalate between Sakura and Sugeshita,
The loudspeaker interrupts their impending brawl. Umemiya,
the strongest at Furin, halts the fight with his confusing and drawn-out speech, commanding no fighting on the first day.
despite his dithering,
His presence commands immediate respect, with Shigeshita wiping his blood away and pretending innocence.
Umemiya's speech emphasizes peace
And the honor of being Bofurin aligns the students with a unified sense of duty. This provides groups, blending the students and reinforcing their roles as town protectors. Sugeshita, Sakura, Nire, and Suo are grouped for a town patrol under Hiragi's supervision, with specific instructions to watch over Sakura and Sugeshita due to their previous brawl. As they patrol, they help an old man repaint his shop vandalized by miscreants, and he thanks them with fish cakes. Walking through an underpass, they encounter territory marked by Shishitoren, a rival group known for their devotion to power. The tension escalates when they rescue a student from their school being chased by Shishitoren members. Sakura and Sugeshita swiftly knock out an attacker, but the situation intensifies as Togame, the formidable second-in-command of Shishitoren, arrives. Togame reprimands his own team for their weakness and dismisses the injured member from their group. He exchanges threats, promising a future confrontation. The confrontation leaves Nire panicking about the potential repercussions and fearing an imminent conflict. After intervening in a confrontation on Shishitoren's turf,
The four report to Umemiya at his rooftop garden.
where he's more concerned with his plants than the impending gang conflict, Sakura,
Impatient with Mr. Leader's
casual demeanor, is baffled by his influence. The middle school student who was beaten by Shishitoren explains how he inadvertently triggered the clash by chasing a shoplifter into Shishitoren territory,
leading to his rescue by the angry duo. Bossman reassures everyone and praises Sakura for his actions, calling him a reliable new ally.
The tension escalates when Hiragi receives a call about Shishitoren making a bold move. Choji Tomiyama, the leader of Shishitoren, announces a challenge to
Bossman,
holding an unconscious foreign student as a provocation. As
Umemiya prepares to confront
Tomiyama, Sakura eagerly wishes to join the fight but finds himself compelled to obey
Umemiya's command to stay back.
Tomiyama reveals his motivation for the confrontation, boredom with his own supremacy, and
A desire to seize the more vibrant life he perceives leaves Umemiya enjoying. Despite his attempts
At diplomacy, Tomiyama insists on a personal duel. As the situation heats up with students from both sides eager to prove themselves, Tomiyama proposes a series of one-on-one fights as a formal event, pitting involved individuals against each other, escalating the rivalry into an organized showdown. Without consulting Furin, Shishitoren members assign their own matchups for an upcoming fight. Leader Tomiyama against Umemiya, Tokame against Sakura, Arima against Shugashita, Kanuma against Suo, and Sako Koda volunteers to face Hirigi. The showdown is set for mutual combat rather than an imposed challenge, sparking anticipation among both groups. Later, Sakura and his friends gather at Kotoha's cafe to decompress before the battle. Nireg expresses concern over the potential repercussions if Furin loses to Shishitoren, but Kotoha reassures him to trust in their abilities. The conversation takes a personal turn when Umemiya arrives and affectionately greets Kotoha, revealing they grew up together in the same group home, not as siblings, but as close friends. Sakura's comment on Kotoha's maturity for her age prompts a protective reaction from both Sugashita and Umemiya. Reflecting on the past, Hirigi notes the shift in Shishitoren's behavior under Tomiyama's leadership, from honorable fighters to aggressors fixated on conflict.
Bossman hints that the next day,
Encounters might reveal more about Tomiyama's motives, suggesting that fighting can be a form of communication that reveals truths words cannot. As the night ends, the team prepare to cross into Shishitoren territory, with Sakura feeling an unusual surge of confidence, motivated by the prospect of fighting for others rather than just personal glory. And that's a wrap for now. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell, unless you want to miss out on who takes the crown in the next big showdown. Stay tuned and keep your popcorn ready. See ya!